got? Bell's about to ring. It is Friday morning. We bounced completely off this Maverick zone right here, and we're just pushing straight up into two zones right here. So you guys know I don't jump in right at market open because you can just see, it's Friday, but you can get tremendous wicks to the upside and the downside, knock you out of your stop losses and all that stuff, and then you're done for the day, and we don't want that to happen. So we're just going to hang back here. We're going to watch this thing and see how it goes. Bum-ba-da-bum. Let that morning, what do we got here? What are we looking at? Looks pretty bullish. But yesterday you had a pretty bullish day. So are you going to get two giant bullish days in a row going into a Friday? I don't know. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. You had a beautiful move down from zone to zone here, pre-market. And then now we've been just climbing into these zones. Can we pass these zones? You have two zones. I don't know. We're gonna see, but it's pretty bullish off the get. Off the get, it is bullish. So what are we going to pay attention to? Okay. What color background? Is it green or is it red? What color is our candles? Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Regular green is just, regular. Okay. What's our Maverick radar saying? What kind of scores do we have on ES and NQ? Preferably we'd have a great score on both of them, and then we get this like all aligned alert right here. That would be sweet. See what all 5 traders are saying. So this is the Maverick Multi-X. Think of T1 through T5, they're algorithms, but think of them as traders. What are they saying? Are they bullish or bearish? Right now they're all bullish across 6 time frames. 6 time frames, they are bullish across all 6 time frames. So heck of a candle to the upside here. Now, if you're a scalper and you want to jump in here, hey, have at it. Maverick trenders pegged to the top, so you have tremendous momentum to the upside. But I like to wait out this first candle. If you guys want to take a peek at the Maverick Gamma Pro, this is going to be coming out in a couple of weeks here, a few weeks. Let's take a look at those levels. Look at this. Unstinking believable. These levels were on the charts at 7 a.m. It'll be available for NinjaTrader and TradingView. Look how it just stopped right at this dealer gamma flip level. Look how it just stopped. Man, this is a huge candle right here. I'm going to be curious what the next candle looks like because this is huge. This is a massive candle. Holy smokes. Oftentimes when you get a candle this big, it can just come right back down. So I'm not messing with that, especially on a Friday. But look at all these candles, how it just stopped right on the gamma flip level. This yellow line, and we'll teach you guys all this stuff when we come out with this indicator, and it's going to come with 2 emails per day, the game plan. We'll tell you how to feel about each one of these gamma levels in the morning email, like what happens if we come up to it. But just a little preview. This yellow line is like dealers will defend this level by all costs. I mean, and if we can break past this level, you will fly down. It'll blow your hair back. So pretty interesting stuff how you hit this, and then now you're just taking off to the upside. Okay, so this will be interesting to see this next candle because this candle is so giant. This is such a big candle. How big is this candle? 74.97. Oh, I guess it's 80 ticks. I just do my math right, over 80 ticks. So that's pretty big. Almost 80 ticks. There it goes. There's your 80 ticks. That's pretty big. I mean, 80 ticks on, you're talking over $1,000 move right here on one contract of ES. this one candle. There's no reason you couldn't get into it. It's just not my preference. So some people are like, oh, what? I mean, that's flying up. I would get into, well, you can. I'm just telling you my personal preference. I'm not going to blow a funded account on a Friday trying to chase like the first candle of the open, right? All right, let's zoom in here. Let's see what we got. We're in manipulation time, potential market manipulation time. The timer's red right here. Okay, so we're going to hold our, we're going to not take a trade while this is red. You have another about 30 seconds, and then this timer will turn white, and then I'll decide if I want to take a trade or not. Okay, I might just let the market settle in and see where it wants to go. But you can see like we've already, sometimes you got to zoom way out, right? You can see we've already been up here. So are we going to stall out here on this zone, and then the zone scores change, and then you just come right back down, you know? Because that was a heck of a first candle. I mean, look at the size of this candle compared to any candle around it. You know what I mean? Like, nothing compares. All right, so let's see. These are equal zones. To me, these are equal zones. Look at the scores of these zones. This is the Maverick zones. It auto draws your support and resistance zones. When you get these equal scores, what's going to happen here? Let's see. What is going to happen? But first candle plays by its own rules. It's like, it's a little bit unpredictable. So I just stay out of it. All right, while we're waiting for a trade here, let me show you, oh wow, that's a pretty weak score here. That's interesting. Okay, so let me walk you through these indicators and then we'll wait for our trade. So Maverick AI Pro colors your background to who's winning the match. The Bears, this whole thing was red. The Bulls, this whole thing was green, right? Okay. Yeah, you're back and forth here, but this is 6:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning, East Coast time. So it colors your background to who's in control, the Bears or the Bulls. It's going to color your candles to the severity of the data. Hot pink candles is your strongest downside data candle. Look what happened here. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Now, again, this is 4:15 a.m., but you get the point. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Okay, and then if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Now, one of the reasons I'm not chasing this also is we have yet to get bright green candles. If this thing was gonna keep going up pretty quickly, I would probably start to develop bright green candles here. Not saying it can't happen. It's just bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Regular green is just your normal color candle. So see how it's just coming right back down? Because the data is saying, yes, you have green data, you have bullish data, but it's not your strongest bullish data. So when you have these huge opening candles, sorry, my arrow's a little bit off there. When you have these huge opening candles, oh, see, now you're getting gray reversal candles. Yep. Now you're getting gray reversal candles. And look at how the Maverick zones that was drawn all the way since, oh my gosh, yesterday. This zone has been drawn since over 2 days ago. I'm not going to keep going backwards, but over 2 days ago, this zone was drawn. And look how it just tapped the top of it. This is the Maverick zones. It auto draws your support and resistance zones. Look at it. What did I say? A lot of times it just comes right back down when you have that huge opening first candle. Okay, huge opening first candle. Crazy. Okay, now you are in market manipulation time, so we got to wait, but yeah. Okay, look how it just stopped at the top of the zone. So the Maverick zones auto draws your support and resistance zones, not just where it thinks support and resistance should be, but also what is the width it should be. If you look, this guy is really skinny up here, and this guy is probably twice the width. And then as you saw, as price gets closer to the zone, what we do is we get these probability scores of price holding or breaking. You probably saw those the zone scores here and here. Anything less than 90% is game for breaking. Anything greater than 90 is like a brick wall. Look at this thing come right back down. What'll be interesting today is if we can break below this yellow line. And these are SPX levels on an ES chart. That's what's cool. So whether you're an options trader or a futures trader, you're going to be able to put this on your NinjaTrader or TradingView charts, and it converts the levels. Pretty stinking cool. So, all right. So now I'm sitting on my hands. I'm sitting on my hands because what? I got gray candles. We stay out of the gray. I want a decisive direction. See, this is a probability score. You got a 79. Anything less than 90% is game for breaking. Anything greater than 90% is like a brick wall. So if this said right here, if this said 94, I would not take a trade into this zone because it's either going to pancake or it's going to bounce off of it if you had a 94 score. Okay, a lot of times, not every time. All right, so it looks like it is pushing down, and what I want to be careful of is that we're not just going to have a boring Friday, and that we're just going to get hung up on this dealer defensive gamma level, and we just kind of go like this the whole day. That can happen. Now, if price breaks below this level right here, which will be, again, these levels will be available. They update on your chart every morning and night email. This is the Maverick Gamma Pro. I'll put the wait list in the description. If we can break below this yellow level, woo, doggy, it's on. High volatility underneath the yellow level, much calmer above the yellow level. That's how this whole thing works. So if we can somehow start getting red and pink candles and start coming down, oh my God, I'd be thinking about targeting way down here. Would I take that whole move? No. That's being greedy, but you get my point. All right, so we got a 63 score in the Maverick zones. So let me walk you through real quick what we're looking at here. Green background. Bears have not fully taken over, and that's just because of the trend, right? But that'll soon change if you keep moving down, but it keeps us cautious, okay? You have gray candles. Gray, we stay out of gray. It's indecision or reversal. But here's the thing. All 5 traders, T1 through T5, they are now bearish. They are now bearish across 6 time frames. Bearish across 6 time frames. If I put you in the room of 5 other traders and they all had a completely different style. So first off, they're all looking for different things. And then they were all casting their vote every single tick across 6 time frames of your choice. And they all said, hey buddy, we're going down. I mean, all of them on the 1 minute chart, the 2 minute chart, the 3 minute chart, the 15 minute chart. Would it give you confidence to go to the downside? If you were in the room of 5 other traders, I think so. I think so. But what we're going to do is we're going to wait. We're going to stack probability. Stack. This is what we talk about every day. Stacking probability. Okay? We're stacking probability in our favor. Oh, look, now you have a red background. So what do I want? I want a red background. I want at least red candles, which is my second strongest downside data candle. Pink would be preferable, right? Okay. I want at least a B setup on ES and NQ. The Maverick radar is going through a bunch of our indicators, and then it's grading each one, and then it rolls up to a main grade. And you can either have, well, you can have no setup, a B setup, or an A plus setup. Now, if we have no setup, like right now, I would never even think about taking a trade because this is the ultimate trading assistant down here, the Maverick radar. If there's no grade right here, okay, and by the way, ES and NQ run together. You'll hardly ever see ES doing this and NQ doing this. Like it just doesn't happen. They run together more times than not. So I want to see at least a B setup on ES and at least a B setup on NQ. Okay, and them agree, yes, we are going down. Okay, and all 5 traders are still very bearish on the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, and 15 minute chart. Okay, so some of you guys like to see pre-trade, like the thought and looking at our screen here. Now, Maverick zones, auto drawing our support and resistance zones. How stinking cool is this? We no longer have to draw our zones. It's auto drawing it, and then it's doing by probability of the size. See how skinny this one is? Look how fat this one is. All right, so as price comes down here, it's going to give you a score of price holding or breaking. Like I said, anything less than 90% is game for breaking. See how it's making its decisions? It's calculating the zone up here, down here. It's getting a little squirrely here. That tells me that the market could be heating up. Okay, could be heating up. So what do we got here? We got a 60 score. Oh, now 59. You got a 68. Woo! And it's already detecting your next zone down here. Okay. Maverick Trender is now pegged to the top. When this line is pegged to the top, you get this downtrend label. And we call these flat tops. What it is it can't go any further. So it just starts skimming across the top. See right here? Flat top. Whew, price came down, right? Flat top. Price came down. Okay. Flat top. Price came down. It's a scalper's dream. Okay. All right. So look at this move. Okay. We called it right at the top of that zone. It's coming back down. That's why we didn't get into it. And I want to see it. I want to start seeing red candles. I want to start seeing red candles. I got two down confidence arrows. We now have a B setup to the downside on NQ. I want a B set up on ES. There it is. I want a B set up on ES. There's my red candle. Okay. Beautiful. There is my red candle. So I am going to get into two contracts. Now I'm going to get into one. I'm going to place my stop loss right at the top of this guy. Actually, I'm going to get into two contracts here, guys. All right, that's it. We're in our trade. We were patient. We waited for what? Our red candle, our second strongest downside data candle. We waited for a B setup on both ES and NQ. Now you got an A setup to the downside in NQ. Okay. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. Okay, this is pink candles. Let's go. Let's go. This is stacking probability, folks. This is what stacking probability is. Red background. We now have red candles. Oops, that was a terrible arrow. We now have hot pink candles. Okay, you have an A plus setup on ES. You have an A plus setup on NQ. Maverick Trenders firing. You get this downtrend label, and all 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. Okay, I don't know about you, but I can't look at I don't know how many charts here. 6 charts, 6 time frames. Read all those charts. Yada yada yada. I just want my Maverick Multi-X up here. 5 traders. They're algorithms, but think of them as traders. I want the 5 traders to let me know their votes every single tick. Okay. And this is clear vision. We waited for it. We got the push up. Then we got gray reversal candles. And we waited for red or hot pink candles. We waited for all 5 traders to be voting bearish to the downside. We waited for at least B setups on ES and NQ. And look, this is what clear vision is. This is what clear vision is. Okay. And we're breaking through these weaker zones. Okay. All right. So listen, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want edge in the market, okay, I'll put all the links in the description. Maverick Gamma Pro will come out and we're below that yellow line. Look at this, folks. Look, we have broken below the dealer Gamma flip level. Very interesting. So this will be really, really cool. So listen, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want some edge in the market, all right, not financial advice, do your own research. Never any guarantees in any market. We know that. Somebody can tweet something at any point in time or anything like that. But man, this is clear vision. Okay, this, man, having the zones, having my candles like a heat map, knowing what the data is underneath the hood so I can be patient and jump in when I'm firing on all cylinders. A plus setup to the downside on ES and NQ. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. And we're breaking through these weaker zones. Okay? So come check us out. All right? MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.